Hey, this is Latoya and I'm back with another video. So before you start this video, please make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm always posting on Instagram, so don't miss out. So you clicked on this video today because you want to know how to grow longer hair in 2022. So here we go. So with natural hair, our hair is naturally dry for the most part because the sebum doesn't come down the strands like it does for straight hair. So we need to moisturize our hair. That's number one. Most of the time we get breakage and single strand knots because we don't moisturize our hair like we should. You can do that by lightly spritzing your hair every day or every other day. You definitely want to deep condition every wash. After you wash your hair, you want to deep condition. Very important. And you want to use the lock method, liquid oil cream, or LCO, liquid cream and oil method, after you wash your hair when you're styling your hair. But you definitely want to keep your hair moisturized. Number two, please be careful how you detangle your hair. After a protective style or before you're washing your hair, just take your time with your hair. Do not detangle your hair if you're in a bad mood, if you're in a rush. Don't do it because you'll be breaking your ends. You'll be just kind of ripping through your hair. You need to take out the time to just slowly, properly detangle your hair. I personally finger detangle, so I just use my fingers to detangle my hair. I can feel every knot, every tangle, and it allows me to slowly just work through it. When you're detangling, use an oil. You don't want to detangle on dry hair. Use an oil. I lightly spritz my hair and use the oil, but you could also just use oil, something to lubricate your hair. So that's very important. A lot of people lose hair while detangling because they're not detangling correctly. Start at your ends and slowly detangle up to your root. Super important. Number three is to protect your ends. So your ends are the oldest part of your hair. So you want to protect your ends by keeping it moisturized. You could tuck in your ends when you're, could put it up in a bun. Tuck your ends to protect it. But breakage starts at the ends usually because it's the oldest part of your hair. So just take extra care with your ends. Number four is make sure to be careful with what you wear. This shirt, I'm not sure what this shirt is made out of, but be careful with wool. Wool is a dry, scratchy material, and I've had breakage before by wearing wool sweaters and having my hair down. So my ends will rub on the wool and break off. So just be careful with scarves and different things that you wear to protect your ends and your hair, especially in the winter time. Number six is nutrition. Just about everybody knows that, fruits, veggies, all the healthy things, drinking plenty of water is very important for hair growth and hair health and just health in general. So that's very important. If you're not seeing the growth you want, just try to add those things in, especially drinking plenty of water. I know some people don't like water. I didn't used to like water, but the more you drink it, the more you get used to it and you need it for life. Number seven, you might need a trim. Trimming your ends is very important because when your ends get the single strand knots, that's when you need to cut it. It will travel up your hair strand and mess up the rest of your hair, and it will help with detangling. It'll make detangling a lot easier, and your hair will have a thicker appearance. It'll stop that scraggly look. You have to trim your ends. It doesn't have to be every 3 months like people say, but when you feel your ends are rough, you're getting a lot of single strand knots, it's dry, it's time to chop it. Number eight, be careful what products you use. Some products dry out your hair, and if you don't really know or haven't really studied your hair, you won't really realize until you get the breakage, that will prevent you from maintaining your length. So just be careful with like clarifying shampoos with sulfates. Those are okay every once in a while when you need a deep clean. But just for normal washes, you don't need those things. If you do use it, make sure to moisturize, to deep condition after you wash your hair with those. And the last one Make sure to sleep with a satin pillowcase or a satin or silk scarf. The way you sleep on your hair is very important because say if you had your hair out in an afro and you sleep on that afro without twisting it up or sleeping with a bonnet or something, if you just sleep right on a pillow, a cotton pillow, that will definitely introduce knots and tangles and dryness. I could never do it. So I always keep my hair stretched. Well, the way it is now, it's just twists and curls. So when I sleep, you know, I'm not sleeping on my hair really, it's twisted up in this updo. But I always sleep with twists in my hair. I never leave my hair out in this afro form, you know, without it being stretched. That's just personally for me because I have 4B, 4C hair and I have thin strands, and which causes my hair to be fragile and to break off easily. So you definitely want to be mindful of how you sleep on your hair. And that's about all I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some good tips. Also, please make sure to follow me on Instagram, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.